Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naranjaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tato Jayamudiraye
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Ashtaprayesu Bhadresu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhaktin Bhavadir Naistiti
Bhaktim Bhavati Nashchiti
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandanaya cha
Devaki Nandanaya cha
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the morning Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 2, text number 16. So the Canto 2, it is the cosmic manifestation, and the Chapter 2 is the Lord is in the heart. So let us please chant the sloka behind me. Manaḥ sva-buddhyāmalayā niyamya.
Manaḥ sva-buddhyāmalayā niyamya.
kṣetra-jña etāṁ ninayet ātmani.
kṣetra-jña etāṁ atamni.
ātmānam ātmani avarudhya dhīro.
ātmani avarudhya dhīro.
labdha-upaśāntir virameta kṛtyāt.
kṛtyāt.
Word meaning, please repeat behind me. Manaḥ, the mind. Sva-buddhyā, by his own intelligence.
By his own
intelligence.
Amalayā,
Amalaya.
unalloyed.
Unalloyed.
Niyamya,
Niyamya.
by regulating.
By regulating.
kṣetra-jñane,
kṣetra-jña
unto the living entity.
to the living entity.
Etām,
Etām,
all of them.
All of them.
Ninayet,
ninayet,
merge.
merge,
Tam, that. Ātmani,
ātmani,
the self.
the self.
ātmānam,
ātmānam,
the self.
the self.
ātmani,
ātmani,
in the Superself.
in the Superself.
avarudhya,
Avarudhya,
being locked up.
being locked up.
dhīraḥ,
Dhīraḥ,
the fully satisfied.
Fully
fully satisfied.
labdha-upaśāntiḥ,
Labdha-upaśāntiḥ,
one who has attained full bliss.
one who has attained full bliss.
virameta, ceases from.
Ceases from.
kṛtyāt,
kṛtyāt,
all other activities.
all other
all other activities.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charana Vande A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupad. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation, please repeat behind me. Thereafter,
Thereafter,
the yogi should
the yogi should
merge his mind
merge his mind
by his unalloyed intelligence
by his unalloyed intelligence
into the living entity,
into the living entity,
and then merge the living entity
merge the living entity
into the super self.
into the Superself.
And by doing this, the fully satisfied living entity becomes situated in the supreme stage of satisfaction,
supreme stage of satisfaction,
so that
so that
he ceases from all other activities.
he ceases from all other activities.
Purport. The function of the mind are thinking, feeling, and willing. When the mind is materialistic or observed in material context, it acts for material advancement of knowledge, destructively ending in discovery of nuclear weapons. But when the mind acts under spiritual urge, it acts wonderfully for going back to home, back to Godhead. For life is complete bliss and eternity. Therefore, the mind has to be manipulated by good and unalloyed intelligence. Perfect intelligence is to render service unto the Lord. One should be intelligent enough to understand that the living being is, in all circumstances, a servant of the circumstances. Every living being is serving the dictates of desire, anger, lust, illusion, insanity, and enviousness, all materially affected. But even while executed such dictations of different temperaments, he is perpetually unhappy. When one actually feels this and turns his intelligence to inquiring about it from the right sources, he gets information of the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Instead of serving materially for the above mentioned different humors of the body, the living entity's intelligence then becomes free from the unhappy illusion of material temperament. And thus, by unalloyed intelligence, the mind is brought into the service of the Lord. The Lord and his service are identical, being on the absolute plane. Therefore, the unalloyed intelligence and the mind are merged into the Lord. And thus, the living entity does not remain a seer himself, but becomes seen by the Lord transcendentally. When the living entity is directly seen by the Lord dictates to him to act according to his desire. And when the living entity follows him perfectly, the living entity ceases to discharge any other duty for his illusory satisfaction. In his pure unalloyed state, the living being attains the stage of full bliss, labdha-upaśāntiḥ, that ceases all material hankering. Om Ajnānatimirandasya Jnānāñjana-śalākaya Chakṣurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today's sloka, Sukadeva Goswami is talking about the yogi, how they need to merge his mind. So he need to merge first of all, he's saying that we need to merge, the yogi should merge his mind using his intelligence to whom? Into the living entity. Living entity means it is here the soul, the atma. So the mind should first, he should concentrate on his living in atma. Then the atma should merge with the super soul. That is, Superself means it is a supreme Lord. So then what will happen? The fully satisfied living entity becomes situated in the supreme stage of satisfaction. So, and he will cease from the other activities. So mainly he is talking about concentrating the mind on the supreme Lord. So by concentration mind through the atma, you can focus on the supreme Lord. Then it is a blissful state, and the other activities can be ceased from that. And Prabhupada is writing here. So mind has the three activities. It will do the three activities. There is, it will think, it will feel, and it will willing. So thinking, feeling, willing, these are the activities of the mind. So when this thinking, feeling, and willing, when it is connected with the materialistic, when it is observed with the material contact, then what will happen? The advancement of material knowledge will increase. So the materially, how can we advance? So sending the rocket from here to there and preparing the missile, all those activities will happen. But whatever the activities, advancement we are doing in the material way, it will be ending with the discovery of the distraction only. So when the same mind can be engaged in the spiritual path, spiritual way, then what will happen? then the mind will get the proper engagement. Then it can focus on the Supreme Lord, connect with the Supreme Lord, focus on the Supreme Lord. Then they can attain the eternity. It will take you to the spiritual path, and it will topmost, where is the topmost satisfaction you will get. That's the way. So the engage of mind is talked about by Srila Prabhupad here. So we need to engage our mind fully on the, try to engage, because instead of materially engage our mind, bring back and put it on the higher taste, from the lower taste to higher taste. Then our mind will be fully engaged. So there are some Bhagavad Gita slokas we are going to see in the second chapter. Lord Krishna is talking about the mind, and there are so many exemplary devotees who demonstrated that also we will discuss now. So if you see the Bhagavad Gita 2.60, Lord Krishna is saying, Yatato hi api kaunteya purusasya vipachittaha indriyani pramatini haranti prashabham manaham. So what Krishna is saying, the senses are so strong and impetus, O Arjuna, that they forcibly carry away the mind, even of a man of discrimination who is endeavoring to control them. So he's talking about, here Krishna, he's talking about the senses and the mind. So Krishna is saying that our senses, our seeing, smelling, tasting, and hearing, all these senses are, those senses are so strong, even though the person who is trying to control his senses, it will carry away the mind and it will put it into the material plane. That's what Krishna is saying. So for that, there is an example. So Vishwamitra is a great example for this. So the Vishwamitra, he wanted to get the Brahma Rishi designation. So for that, he was sitting and he was meditating upon the Lord. He was meditating. He's not meditating upon the. He's controlling his mind and he is meditating on the Brahma. So he wanted to get the Brahma Rishi designation. So for that, he was sitting and meditating and he was controlling his ear and he was meditating. He was about to get into the meditation. But when he was controlling this mind, when he was getting to the meditation, he was meditating around 10,000 years. So even after 10,000 years, and Indra, he was jealous on him. Indra was afraid of him. So if he get all the powers, he was in the misconception that Vishwamitra he is trying to get my position. So Indra sent Menaka from there to allure Vishwamitra. So Vishwamitra, he was closed his eyes and he was just meditating upon his life here. At that time, the Menaka, his eyes got closed. That is the sense. He was not seeing Menaka. Just he is hearing the ankle bell of Menaka. The ankle bell, the women, they used to wear the ankle bell. That sound, because of that sound, he allured, he got agitated. What is someone coming around me? Immediate after 10,000 years, he was opening his eyes and he saw in front of him, Menaka was there. So Menaka sees the Apsara from the celestial being. So he was so beautiful. In her beauty, he lost his senses. So he attracted because of our senses, eyes, first his ears. By hearing that, he came out from his meditation and he saw her beauty and he lost his control. Then he stopped his meditation, he went behind her. He got married with her. So this is the way our senses are so strong. So it forcibly carry away our mind, even though this person, Krishna himself is saying that even though he forcibly carry away the mind, even of a man of discrimination who is endeavoring to control them. So here, what we discussed, the Vishwamitra, he trying to endeavor to control his senses, controlling his mind. He is trying to focus on his life here only, and he closed his eyes, everything, but still there is a agitation because of his senses are so strong, ears and later his eyes is carried away his mind, and forcibly it come out from this meditation path. So this is the way our senses are so strong, and it will agitate our mind easily. And next sloka, the 2.61, Krishna is saying that Tani sarvani samyamya yukta ashita matparaha vasehi yasyantriyani tasya prajna pratisthita. So Krishna again is saying here, one who restrains his senses, keeping them under full control, and fixes his consciousness upon me, is known as a man of steady intelligence. So Krishna is saying that, so the person who's supposed to, he wanted to control his senses, what he is supposed to do, he has to fix his consciousness upon the Supreme Lord Krishna. So that person is called the man of steady intelligence. Yes, if you focus on the other things, then it will drag you from because of our senses are agitation, it cannot be controlled, then it will take our mind. So how can we control our mind? We can focus our. So when you try to control the senses, we need to fully concentrate on the Supreme Lord. Then it is possible he can be steady in that. He can get the full control of his senses. So for that, there are many. One of the devotee is Ambarish Maharaj. There is talked in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Ambarish Maharaj is a devotee of the Lord, and Durvasa Muni, he is the sage. He is a great sage, and Durvasa Muni is famous for his anger. So if somebody agitated him or disrespected him, then he will get angry and he will curse the person. Then immediately he will curse the person. So he is famous for that. So nobody, all over the world, the people who knows him, they are afraid of going near to him. And but whenever if he is satisfied with the other services, then he will bless them like anything. So there are two categories in the Durvasa Muni. When he was satisfied and when he was get anger. So when he went to Hastinapura, and when he was in the palace of Kunti, there Kunti Maharani, when he was young, she was serving. Nobody was ready to serve this Durvasa Muni. Then everybody sent Kunti Maharani. Kunti Maharani, she was 10 years old child. So he started serving Durvasa Muni. He served for a year. So Durvasa Muni, how she served Durvasa Muni the first day, the similar way, in the last day of the year also, she served in the same manner without any change. So because of this girl's concentration, the young girl's concentration and his dedication, he got happy and he blessed her that when he gave the mantra. So if you recite mantra by meditating upon a demigod, then you will get the sun from the demigod, the power of the demigod, you will get it in the sun. So that is the blessing he gave to Kunti Maharani. So this is the way then when Durvasa Muni, when he was satisfied with the service of others. And when he was, there is another scene, he wanted to meet Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj, he was doing the fasting for a year. He was fasting for a year and he wanted to break the fasting. So in that situation, he went and meet Ambarish Maharaj. That time Ambarish Maharaj was about to break the fast. There is a Parana time is thing. He was trying to break the fast. So all the other people are surrounding, other ministers, everybody surrounded him. They were sitting. That time Durvasa Muni with his devotees, with his disciples, he entered that place. And by seeing that Durvasa Muni, Ambarish Maharaj, he invited him well and he gave the proper position and he asked him to sit. Then Durvasa Muni told, I came from the very long distance, so I want to take bath. Then we will come together, we will break the fast. Like that, Durvasa Muni told. So then Ambarish Maharaj was waiting to break the fast. So that time, because there is a parana time is there. So to break the fast, the particular, if you are the fasting, even though the Ekadasi fasting, one day we are fasting, the next day, the 3 day, what we need to do, we need to particular time. There is a parana time will be there, 2 hours or 3 hours. Sometimes it will be 15 minutes only. So during that time, they have to break the fast. So then only we will get the fruit of the fasting. Result of the fasting will be fulfilled. So what he did, Ambarish Maharaj is Parna time is about to over. So all the ministers are advising Ambarish Maharaj, you can break the fast, don't wait for Durvasa Muni. He may take time. He went to bath. We don't know why he is taking time, but Parna time is getting over. Please break the fast. Otherwise, you need to continue the next 1 year. Next 1 year also the fasting, because you are not breaking the fast on the particular Parna time. Then some of the Pandita, they advised him, instead of taking any prasadam, probably you can take the little water. So water is allowed. Some years in the fasting, there are multiple level of fasting is there. Somebody can fast without taking anything. Nirjala means not even drinking water. One person can fast. Not even eating, not even drinking. One person can. It's fully controlled. The second level is fasting is just drinking water. The third level is they can take some fruit juice or fruits like that. The fourth grade is avoid the grain and take other fruits and roots. So like that, there are different level of fasting is there. So now his second level of fasting is drinking the water. So he is advising, the ministers are advising Ambarish Maharaj, you can drink little water so that it can be considered break the fasting also. Anyway, you are not drank water also this 1 year. So it is break the fasting also, and is the other way we can consider as a not breaking the fasting also, because in the fasting the water is allowed. Like that they are advising. So Ambarish Maharaj, he is satisfied and he was trying to break the fast with the water, and when poured the water, immediately Durvasa Muni came. And by seeing this act, Durvasa Muni got anger. So what is the respect you are giving to a sage? You're supposed to, I am the great Muni, great yogi, you supposed to give first respect to. I am the guest. I came over here, and you are leaving the guest and you are trying to fast the break. So it is Durvasa Muni got angry on Ambarish Maharaj immediately, because Durvasa Muni is famous for angry. So immediately he got angry. Immediately he pulled his hair and threw on the on the earth. And then there is a big demon come out from that, and he ordered that demon to kill Ambarish Maharaj. So that much anger he got because he was disrespected. Then that demon about to go to Ambarish Maharaj, he was not afraid of anything, because he thought, okay, I may did some mistake, so let me, Lord, if you want to punish me for my mistake, let my life go like that. Okay, he started meditating upon the Lord. He was getting into the Krishna consciousness. So then what happened? The Sudarshan Chakra, the Lord is having the Sudarshan Chakra, without the order of the Lord, because the devotee was offended here, immediately the Sudarshan Chakra come out from the Lord's side, and immediately it came on and it killed this demon who was trying to kill Durvasa Muni, because the devotee, the Lord's heart, there is no difference between Lord's and Lord's paraphernalia, Lord name. Everything is in the potency. Whatever the connected with the Lord, all are having the same energy, same quality. So the Sudarshan Chakra came and tried to he killed the demon first, and he tried to kill the Durvasa. It turned towards Durvasa Muni, and Durvasa Muni got afraid. He was running. So he was running towards first. He went to Lord Brahma, please save me from this. The Sudarshan Chakra is trying to kill me. Please save me. He went to Shiva. No, I can't do, because it is not Narayana's weapon. So I can't control. So he directly went to Lord Narayana, and he begged that Sudarshan Chakra is possibly trying to kill me. Please save me. Then even Narayana told, see, Sudarshan Chakra came of its own, because you offended a devotee, my devotee. You offended my devotee. That's the reason I didn't release the Sudarshan Chakra, but since you offended Sudarshan Chakra, I provided the I gave the Sudarshan Chakra. If somebody offended the devotee, without my order, he can go and take the action. So I already gave this means order to Sudan Chakra, so he know that. So I didn't give any order to him. He himself came and he tried to kill. So I can't control now. So since you are offended a devotee, the best way it is go and offer, beg your fell on the feet of Ambarish Maharaj and beg for forgiveness for him, so that Sudarshan Chakra may be controlled. Like that, he not Narayana told. So immediately he ran back to Ambarish Maharaj. He fell on his feet and he told that, Ambarish Maharaj, please save me from this Sudarshan Chakra. So he's trying to kill me. So I offended you. Like that, he fell on the feet of Ambarish Maharaj. See, here even the person is a great sage, somebody is a great sage. Even that person also trying to in front of the devotee, he also got defeated. So that is the power of the devotee who is fully in the Krishna consciousness. So the person, so that this sloka, it is in the Bhagavad Gita sloka, the Lord himself is saying that one who restrain his senses and keep them under full control. So the Ambarish Maharaj is the example for that. So how he engaged all his senses, he engaged all his senses in the Krishna consciousness only. He used his eyes to see the Archa Vigraha of the Lord only. And he used his ears to hear the Kirtan, to hear the names of the Lord. And he used his smelling power to smell the flowers which are offered in the lotus feet of the Lord. And Tulasi, which is offered in the lotus feet of the Lord. To smell that only, he will use his nose. And he uses his tongue to chant the holy name of the Lord and to taste the prasadam, the remnants of the Lord. And he is using his head to bow down in front of the Lord, using his body, and he used to clean the temple, and he used to full obeisances, give the dandavat pranam to the Lord. So his entire body and the entire senses since he engaged in the fully engaged in the Krishna consciousness, and that is the way he controlled his senses as well as he fully fixed in the Krishna consciousness. So that's the way we can see the man here. The Lord says in this 2.61 sloka, one who restrains his senses, keep them under full control, and fixes his conscience upon me, is known as a man of steady intelligence. So when the man of steady intelligence is there, then nobody can shake him. Even the great Munis, the Durvasa Muni, he's also got defeated by a devotee. And Ambarish Maharaj gave the forgiveness. Because of that, the Sudarshan Chakra stopped to kill the Durvasa Muni. So that is the power of keeping the mind, the Krishna consciousness. In the one more we discussed about Vishwamitra, and a similar situation happened for Haridas Thakur also. 500 years back, when Haridas Thakur was doing his meditation, that time he was in the cave and he was fully conscious, fully in the Krishna consciousness. He controlled all his senses, and he is fully meditate upon the Lord and meditate upon the holy name of the Lord. He was chanting 192 rounds every day. He used to chant 20 hours. He used to spend on chanting only 20 to 21 hours. He used to spend only on the chanting the holy name of the Lord. So he was in this cave and he was chanting the names of the Lord. By hearing this, one person is fully in the Krishna consciousness. By hearing that, the entire village people will come and meet him. So every day people are getting crowded there, and they were meeting Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur is a born Muslim, and finally what happened? He became a Krishna conscious person. During that time, the Muslim rulers were there, so they thought that if we allow this person to be in the Krishna consciousness, all the Muslims may also convert to Krishna consciousness. So better we need to make him, we need to give some false name on him, so that
Prabhu, we can't hear you, I think. Hare Krishna.
I think generally it is a network issue.
Yeah.
I think he will be reconnecting.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, there is a disconnect.
No problem. Bro.
Okay. So we are talking about the Haridas Thakur. So Haridas Thakur, yeah, he controlled all his senses. He was meditating upon the Lord. He is chanting the holy name of the Lord. He was fully absorbed in that. So what happened after the king of the province, he sent there's one prostitute to allure this Haridas Thakur. So the prostitute came there and he sat. The lady, she sat near to the Haridas Thakur. He was beautiful lady. But Haridas Thakur, he was fully concentrated on Krishna consciousness. He was chanting. Then Haridas Thakur told. Then the lady told, Haridas, you are a very young man. I am attracted by your beauty. I wanted to enjoy with you. Then Haridas Thakur told, please wait. I need to complete my chanting. So this is my routine work. So let me complete my chanting. Then I will satisfy you. Like that, Haridas Thakur told. And she was waiting. So she don't know that Haridas Thakur used to chant 21 hours. So she was seeing that continuously he was chanting the holy name. Then she slept there only. He was sleeping, but he was continued on his chanting. Then she woke up in the morning. He saw that Haridas Thakur was again also he was chanting. Then she said, I will come tomorrow. So next day she came on the night and he was seeing that. Again he told the same thing. You wait, let me complete my chanting. So like that, 3 days she came. 3 days also fully he was in the fixed on this chanting the holy name of the Lord, and he is controlled. He never agitated by seeing this beautiful woman, and continuously he was chanting. So then finally what happened? After 3 days, this prostitute who came to allure this person, she got changed. She saw that so there is the more than this bodily beauty, bodily sense gratification, something's better engagement is there. Then she asked Haridas Thakur, why you are not agitated by this my beauty? Why you are? But how come? Which is you are enjoying something which is more than my beauty. So I also wanted to enjoy that. That's what she asked. Then he gave that Harinam, Hare Krishna mantra to this prostitute. Then he told, you leave all your whatever you accumulated wealth, everything you leave, you come and stay in the cave. So then immediately the lady, she went, he left all his belongings, everything. She came and stayed on the cave. Then Haridas Thakur left the cave and she stayed there and she used to chant the holy name of the Lord, how Haridas Thakur used to. So this is the way, this is the power of the holy name of the Lord. So when the person who is fully in the Krishna consciousness, nothing materially, nothing can agitate the person. So there is the difference we can see the Vishwamitra case and the Haridas Thakur case. So Vishwamitra is the Brahma Rishi, got the Brahma Rishi designation after 20,000 years he did the meditation. But here the Haridas Thakur is a born Muslim person, but once he engaged in the Krishna consciousness, nobody can shake his fix on his Krishna consciousness. How he fixed on this Krishna consciousness. So from this sloka, we can understand that when the person and his mind and his soul is connected with the Supreme Lord, nobody can shake him from anything. So that is the lesson we can learn from him. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna, Prabhu, any question?